Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to the Fulham Guide for FM19. We're going to take... These are always interesting saves with the new teams that are newly promoted. Obviously, Fulham has spent quite a bit of money as well. So we're going to see what the board expects us to achieve, have a look at the squad and go through all of the bits that will help you out. And then I want you guys to get involved in the comments. If you started a Fulham save, what you did, what worked, what didn't, who you sold, who you bought, all that good stuff. Put it in the comments. Help each other out. So... what do the board... I'm assuming they just want us to fight bravely against relegation or avoid relegation, probably. Okay, avoid. Okay, they've spent a lot of money, so they're not saying fight bravely. They're saying just avoid it, mate. Tiny bit of debt, but we're still a relatively small club. We're going to be on a small wage budget, so with the TV money and stuff, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Got a £53 million loan that we're paying 300 grand on a month for the next... oh, my word, 16 years. But, with the TV money, should be fine. We got £3 million to spend. And we got 20 grand in wages. So, we're looking to either get a cheap transfer-listed player or maybe sell to buy. Remember, if Fulham have bought players this summer, you can't sell them until January anyway. But let's have a quick look at the... so, we're obviously only in the local, domestic competitions. The staff-wise... ooh, okay, lots of room though. We've got 3 spots left on the coaching. We've got 5 spots left on the scouting. Definitely needs fixed. This is okay. To have almost an average in the Premier League is not too bad. I'd probably just leave that, but this definitely needs work. Team report. There's not a great deal of quality depth. Not much money. Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. Team are relatively happy. Cohesion will be fixed with a decent pre-season and all that good stuff. Medical centre. There's no... we've got Tim Ream's out for 3 months. We've got 80's out for 2 months. Mawson's out for 6 weeks. So none of those sort of career or season-ending injuries, but a few players out. What are we going to look at? If there's something I've forgotten, it will come to me in a minute. I'm old. Remember, I'm old. It takes a while. No, I think we're good. We're going to squad. Okay, we're going to squad. We'll have a quick look through the squad, and then we'll obviously have a look through the under-23s, under-18s, see if there's any youth talent that's coming through, and a brief talk about tactics we might use. So, let's get rid of all the people out on loan. Corley Woodrow. All right, and he's gone as well, so that's fine. Okay, in goal, we've actually got 2 decent goalkeepers. We've got Sergio Rico on loan from Sevilla, who's a solid goalkeeper, along with Fabricio. You have to do the fingers when you say stuff like that. It just makes you look more impressive as a human being. Not great in the air. He's 6 foot, but he's not great in the air. His vision's, but he's a solid goalkeeper. Remember, we're beggars. We don't have any money to spend. So having a decent goalkeeper is like, yeah, cool. Don't have to worry about that. So we've got Alfie Mawson. He is injured, remember, but he's a very solid centre-back. Not the quickest, but 24 years old. That's good. He's going to improve still. We've got Callum Chambers on loan from Arsenal, who's a decent centre-back and also can fill in at right-back as well. Not the most attacking right-back in the world, but he's okay. Could do a job. We've got Dennis Odoi, who's 30-year-old Belgian. Everybody loves a Belgium, so that's always good. Lacking a bit in the heading. He's only 5'10". Jumping reach of 13 is okay, but heading only of 11. But really good passing, so he can play out from the back. He could actually definitely, looking at him, although he's not a natural, he's got the attributes to play as a fullback as well on the right-hand side. He's right-footed, obviously. Brings ball out of defence. I'd probably prefer him as a right-back, to be honest. But that's good that he can fill in all the positions, is nice. Then we've got Le Marchand. Yeah, I've already murdered that name. Who's okay left back. Can play centre back. He's half decent actually at centre back because Vision's he's more of a. Although it says he's got 13 passing, Vision's a little bit low again. Might need to be worked on. But 28 years old in his prime. It's all right, isn't he? I don't like these players that are kind of, he can play there and he's all right at both. I like players that are just really good at something. Speaking of players that... no, I can't even make that segue. It's Tim Ream. He's an American. I've got to stop making American jokes. He's all right. That's all I've got. And then we've got Ibrahim Cissé. Can play as a centre-back, but never play him as a centre-back because he can't jump or head. So, yeah, just cut that off. He's a defensive midfielder. He's not very good. But we can sell him. 2.6 if you need a small amount of cash. You've got Timothy Forsu-Mensah on loan from Manchester United. Pretty good player, versatile player. Can play as a centre-back, okay-ish. He's just about scrapes a centre-back, doesn't he, really? He's not exceptional in any areas, but he's a decent sort of squad builder. Then we got some kid called Brian Sesang. No, I've not heard of this. Obviously, I have. There's lots of talk about this guy. He's not a fullback. Unless you have really attacking wing backs. You know, you might play with inside forwards or something like that. But in that case, you need a sort of DM to look after the other guys at defence, because he's got 9 tackling, he's got 9 marking, he's got 8 strength. He's much better going forward than he is. I'm playing him as a left winger, to be honest. Maybe even as an inside forward on the right, because he's got decent finishing and composure. We know he's bagged loads of goals for Fulham, so that might be worth retraining and looking into anyway. But he's got bags of potential. This is going to be the cash-in player. I wouldn't cash in on him now. He's £20 million. He's only ever going to go up in value, so I'd definitely keep hold of him for the time being. And then we've got Joe Bryant, who's another left back, can play left midfield as well. Pretty decent all-rounder. A lot of 12s in there. So, okay, not too bad. Cyrus Christie on the right, who's a solid. There's lots of... And I suppose this makes sense. It's probably a stupid thing to say. There's lots of good championship players in here. That's what it seems like to me. There's no massive weakness that we've seen so far, but there's no real strength. Like, even Sesang is good, and he has the potential to be amazing, but right now he's just a pretty good player. And obviously the step up to the Premiership. Then we've got Kevin McDonald, he's more of a DM, isn't he? Deep line playmaker, defensive midfielder, 13 tackling, only 9 marking. He's all right, pretty well-rounded player, 29 years old, decent squad player. Then we got a player I really like, Jean-Michel Seri. I just do it with an accent because it makes me sound intelligent. He's all right. I like him. I think he could be proper decent. Good English. He's going to be proper decent, lads. I suppose, Fulham, we're going London, aren't we? Or Camden Town. Right. He's a very good all-rounder. He's going to be a first-team choice. Then we've got Zambo Anguissa. Probably murdered that one as well. 22 years old. Is he a new signing as well? 27 million. Way. All right. See where all the money's gone now. Really good physicals. Decent all-rounder. Not the best going forward. We don't have many. Most of our central midfielders seem better defensively. Seri's a good playmaker. The other two are more defensive size. Then we've got Stefan Johansson, 27-year-old Norwegian, in his prime, decent player. His technicals let him down a little bit, but he's an okay squad player. Tom Kearney, the 27-year-old Scottish lad, another playmaker, quite good going forward as well. Long shots 15. I like him in a number 10 role. He's got good finishing. He's got good long shots, free kick taking. He's not the paciest in the world, but he's good pass with the ball. His vision's really good. So maybe he's an advanced playmaker in that number 10 spot. Then we've got Neeskins Cabano. Close enough. Who's a pretty versatile player. He says he's a striker, but he's got 8 finishing. So probably not a striker. He's not really a winger either, is he? Because he's not really got the crossing. His dribbling's good. Passing's okay. Yeah, maybe another small central player. Unless you can really work. He's 26 though, so getting his finishing up to anywhere near half decent is going to be a struggle. But he's a pretty versatile player. Always nice to have in the squad. Personally, I loved Andre Schürrle back in the day. It's good to see him back. He scored a few goals well. Quality player, inside forward on that left-hand side. Can play up top as well. Very, very good player. He'll be in sort of one of the first choices. First names on the team sheet. That's what they say. Then we've got Floyd Aietes, Togolese, because of course he is inside. He's like, sorry, Rui Font, I forgot to remove you. I got all excited then. We have Vieto on loan from Atletico Madrid, decent striker, very decent striker actually. Oh, I quite like him. Not great in the air. He's only a little lad, 5'8", plays an inside forward as well. But I actually quite like him. Abubakar Kamara, worth keeping just for the name. And he's a decent player, another striker option. Can play as a bit more of a target man. He's 5'10". Just a tip for people that don't know, the height here, 5'10", means nothing. It has no relevance on the game whatsoever. All that does is influence their jumping reach, which is basically height in the game. So even if the guy said he was 2 foot tall but had 18 jumping reach, you could play him as a centre-back, fine. But he's got 12 jumping reach, 14 heading, decent finishing, not too bad all-rounder. And then we've got Mitrovic, who I thought they massively overpaid for, but he's scoring goals. He did well in the Championship, and that's where I kind of thought his level was. But 18 million quid, and he scored a few goals in real life. So we've got some decent strikers. But then we've got Andre Schürrle, who I'd like to play on the left. Let's have a quick look at the under-23s and under-18s. We've got Bettinelli, another goalkeeper, 26 years old. That's not bad. Interesting that he's just kind of cast off here. Is that 17 million quid, lads? I would have a look at it. I would closely look at the 3 goalkeepers we've got and see, and because that's a good place to cash in there, I think. I'll let you discover the rest. There's nothing exceptional that stands out. We've got a couple of decent youngsters as well. Cody Drama, 16 years old, remember, 17 determination, very nice. Not too bad. Needs a bit of moulding, mentoring and all that sort of good stuff, but he could make it. And Matt O'Reilly, 17 years old, really good mentals. So actually, he's quite a well-rounded player. Okay, this guy could actually do some decent stuff. He's left-footed as well, which is nice. Obviously going to need work, but mentoring and all that good stuff is worth it. So overall, tactics-wise, I'm not going to go through roles and build a proper tactic. I'm just going to look at sort of basic shape and stuff. We've got Sesang, right? Actually, what I feel like, because I'm thinking of Sesang and I'm thinking of Schürrle, and I think they both make really good inside forwards. I think I'm going to retrain Sesang, because I'm a crazy man, for that right-hand side, inside forward, on the left peg, cutting inside, bish, bash, bosh, good finisher. Schürrle on the other side, supporting the lone striker. And then it's up to you how attacking you want to go. This is a nice, easy fix. You could potentially go there as well if you decided to. I think you can change that depending on the game. But normally I like to have one winger. But I think we've got 2 really good inside forwards. So that does mean, though, we've got a number of strikers. We've got Mitrovic. I think there's probably, obviously we've just signed him, we can't sell him, but I think Mitrovic is fine. We've got a couple of other players like Chris Kamara, who could sell him. There we go. There's one we can make a bit of money on, 4 million for him. Yeah, we've not got too many. That's all right then. And then we can have Vieto as the backup to Mitrovic, or rotation with Mitrovic fighting out or whatever. But I think that makes the most sense with this team. We've got a decent defensive midfielder block. What we do need, though, if we're going to use an inside forward, is very attacking wing-backs, because they need to provide the width. So I would either go sort of standardy full-backs and just play like that, or I'd go really attacking wing-backs and have a defensive midfielder. We've got plenty of them. Cyrus Christie is actually pretty good. He's very good going forward. That's fine. We can have him as a wing-back attack. As you can see, he's got the main attributes for that attacking role. So we're looking on the left-hand side at literally Joe Bryan, who's okay, but that may be an area where we strengthen. I don't think we can do a massive amount, to be honest, with this team. The question, much like with my Crystal Palace guide, is how you deal with your star man, which is going to be Sesang. I don't think it's worth selling him now, because you need him. We've got to survive relegation. It's going to be a battle. It's quite a challenge, this one. I would keep him for the next year at least, because his value's only going to go up. And then at the end of that season, if you want, you could sell him to the Tottenhams, the Man Cities of this world for 50, 60 million next year, and then use that money to rebuild your team. The good news is unlike a few of the other teams, they're not too old. There's not that many 30-year-olds in here. And don't forget as well, we've got Bettinelli, who potentially we could sell for 17 million. So we've got £20 million odd to spend. So whether you decide to upgrade that wing-back on the left-hand side, upgrade Joe Bryan, or add a bit more depth to that central midfield, or even go a centre-back, Because Oddoy's the right back that I quite liked when he was not much of a centre back. So maybe that's the option as well. But like I said, get involved in the comments below if you've tried out Fulham, if you're managing them. Let us know your top tips and formations and transfers and all that sort of good stuff. There we go, my friends. We are done with another guide. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and go and check out all my other FM19 content. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.